Well. Hello there, everybody. I want to say thank you so much for joining me and joining this movement, this this beautiful magical tribe of people that want to grow and improve themselves, that are the most important people in my lives, and that's my followers, my peeps, my champions. So I want to say hello and thank you so much to my champions for riding with me. It was a beautiful day today. Just another beautiful day in the office. And I had an opportunity today. Uh, well, first of all, let me start for the guys who are new. I want to tell you I'm a sales trainer. And so I'm working with a company right now. And there's actually this really sweet girl that's working there who's never done sales. I've had a lot of students over the years, but there's one in particular that I'm actually working with closely right now. She's never done sales before. And so as someone who's never done sales before, and this is specifically this company I'm working with is a telephone sales job in a call center. So I'm working with this girl in this call center who's never actually done any sort of sales. And certainly I personally think, and I don't know, you guys tell me what you think, but I think that telephone sales are actually harder than face-to-face sales in many ways. And for example, I don't know, man, you have for especially for people who are outgoing and extroverted and good looking and etc. Some of those people certainly can sell easier face to face. And even it's just something I've noticed amongst the many people that I've worked with, that some of them accelerate in face to face sales because they're naturally animated people. But I've also seen those very introverted salespeople who, in face to face sales, their facial expressions are so virtually non existent that in a face to face sale, it's going to be hard. Harder than it could be over the phone, at least to begin with, right? I think anybody can do anything if they super duper try and put laser beam focus to it, but and that's just my opinion, but I'm pretty fucking sure it's possible and it's a fact. So anyway, so I'm on my way into the office today, and I have this idea that, hey, I want to stop in, I want to check in with this girl, this newbie, the same way I did the day before. And so I went into the office, and I usually come into the office through a side door. And so I'm not directly out on any sales floor. I'll usually go off into a little corner to get myself set up. And sometimes I do choose to do this where I'll come in and I'll listen to actually some of the agents on the phone and find one specifically that I want to start off the day working with. This is something I love to do when I work with, because I'll tell you guys, I don't really do it really for the companies. I do it for the salespeople, for the individuals that I'm working with. I've worked with quite a few companies. I've worked with more salespeople than companies. Of course, the results of working with the salespeople is certainly rewarding for the company, but I mean, and I love working with some of the people that I've worked with at different companies in the upper management who are literally responsible for hiring an outside sales trainer. Some of them I've met are very wonderful people. But of course, I love them. They write off the checks. But the people who I really get to know and the ones that I spend the most time with are the salespeople. So that's why I actually love my job so much, what I do. And this is my business that I run, which of course I'm always trying to grow. Wish me luck with that. So anyways, I'm in the office and I listen to this call from this girl that is just simply fucking horrendous. It's disgusting, this call, where it actually made me want to throw up on myself. And I just wanted to just throw the fucking, throw shit around and go run up to her and tell her, you got to hear this, and start cussing at her. And, because I'm an aggressive guy sometimes. And I chose not to do that. I did something that I usually do when I get too crazy like that from hearing such a horrendous call. I'll actually take my time and prepare and premeditate exactly how I want to constructively criticize together with a sales agent that sales call. And so, you know, that's what I did. I went into the office and I said hello to everybody, and then I waited probably about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I actually had the call sitting on my on my computer in the other in the other office there. And so we listened to the call. We said my jokes. I said a few jokes. I criticized her and I complimented her, and we walked away. And at the end of that meeting, we had that meeting for about 20 to 25 minutes. And at the end of that time together, I told her that if she actually worked with and applied the things that we're actually talking about, that I would guarantee her not one sale, not one being her first sale, but I would guarantee her that if she followed all of the instructions that we had prepared for, she was actually part of a 5-day sales training course that I ran. And if she applied all the stuff she learned during that time, she's actually just a super sweet girl. She actually signed up and supported me on my Patreon account. And so I actually love to give access to my audiobook library to those guys who do that, who do support me on my Patreon account. I love you guys. And anyways, I'm super happy because today she was able to get those first 2 sales just the way I really wanted her to at the start of the day. So that's just a great way to run all of the elements of an AM start to the day sort of grind, right? So that was something that happened today I wanted to share with you guys. However, truly, the main reason why I wanted to make this quick little expression session, sales training session, is because I want to talk about the idea just really briefly. I'm not going to turn it into some big fucking lecture, but just the idea of how to present information. And let me get this fact out of the way, that when you're presenting information, the most important thing you could possibly have is confidence. Okay? You have to act like you know and know like you know. So definitely take your products seriously. It's always much better to have a product that you actually are passionate about. And so when you're presenting this product that you're passionate about, imagine that someone and or a few people are sitting there waiting for you to talk. That's what's happening in a sales presentation. Is someone is sitting there or wherever, standing, I don't know where they're at, and they're waiting for you to talk. And you better say something, and it better sound great. And so this is, out of all things, in my opinion, and in the opinion of somebody who I'm a huge fan of, Patrick Bet David, I think I would agree with him that in the sales cycle, the sales presentation is actually the easiest part of the sales cycle. So for some guys, they love it so much because it's their opportunity to talk. And salespeople are just fucking phenomenal talkers and horrible listeners, most of them. So that's a shame on you to many, many people in the world. But anyway, one of the tips, and I really think one of the main, most important parts about giving a sales presentation, is the ability to deliver and keep all of your descriptive speaking points in multiples of 3. For example, our product is known to help people learn how to sell better in a shorter amount of time with improved profits within 90 days. So it's a triple pack, and that kind of sounded really shitty. I'll try to deliver that again. Wish me luck with that. That sounded just horrible. I wish I could edit it out, but I'm not going to. But John, we have helped. Okay, here we go. Here, we're gonna run it again. Client name John, self simulation. Let's roll it. John, we have over 90,000 clients that we're working with globally. And I do want you to know that our job is not only to help you feel more comfortable, but also to show you results. So it's usually going to sound, I don't know, that was an example. I don't know if that was phenomenal, but damn, it didn't make any of it, none of it made sense, but it sounded really good though, right? Anyway, usually what I would recommend for most people to do is to build a list of the benefits of your product and or services. And after you build that list, then break it down into groups of three, truly. I want you guys to be able to create a list of exactly what is important to you guys about your product, what your clients typically ask for, what they typically need to know, typically what they want to do, typically what they're missing, what their needs are. Listen, listen, listen. And then certainly after that, you want to build a structured list of these benefits and these features that your product or service provides, right? So after you put together that list, always deliver it in groups of threes. I don't really care what the words are. You know, you could say blibbity blobbity blue, blibbity blobbity blue, and blibbity blobbity blobbity blue. There you go. That's another one for you. Not as sexy and or sexier than the first one, but just you guys know what I mean. So it's about delivering all of your information. Almost every single part of the presentation needs to be broken down into series of three. The psyche, the human brain, for some reason loves delivery, deliveries of, and the receiving of packages of three. I don't understand why. Maybe three is just a magical number. It's a wonderful number, something like that. But everything you say during your sales presentation, once again and finally, keep it in groups of threes, please. Here's a good one I want to share with you guys just before signing off that I would highly recommend you really write this down. You guys grab your pens and papers, okay? Here we go. I use my natural talents of blank and my blank skills to have an impact in the blank industry. So that's three blanks, it's a three pack. And as you even attempt to structure this sentence, you will understand so much more about yourselves that I think it's just worth hours and hours of your time to try to complete that blank sentence and be sincere about it and understand exactly what you're saying about yourself. And of course, most importantly, be able to say it with belief and confidence, because that's more important than anything for shizzle, 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 shizzle.